Good morning. Thanks for your company this Thursday, the 10th of September. I'm Jessica Amir, a market analyst with Bell Direct. Well, after 3 days of heavy selling in the US, dragging the Nasdaq 10% lower, taking global markets down with it, a lot of buyers have poured back into the US market overnight, taking the opportunity to buy growth stocks at cheaper prices. This saw Microsoft shares rise 4.2%, Apple up 4%. And after we saw Tesla shares fall 21% in the prior session, their biggest drop on record, in fact, they've clawed back 11%. So with investors buying broadly across the market, the Dow Jones has surged 440 points or 1.6%, its best one-day gain since April, and the broader S&P 500 is up 2%, with the Nasdaq up the most 2.7%, recouping about a third of its losses that it's made over the last couple of days. And that positive sentiment has continued to commodities too. The oil price rebounded 3% to $38.05 US, and investors topped up their gold exposure, helping it to rise by about $12 US overnight. It's now $1,955 US dollars an ounce. As a result, the US dollar has fallen and the Aussie dollar has lifted 1% to 72.89 US cents. What to watch more broadly? Well, the Aussie market looks like it'll lift 1.3% or 75 points, which makes sense as investors will be looking to buy back into the market, given that it's now at June prices. However, something to keep in mind today, the biggest company on the ASX, CSL, goes ex-dividend today, transferring the dividend right to shareholders. So if you've been looking to buy CSL, today could be your day, as companies generally trade lower on the day that they go ex-div. Other companies going ex-div today include the gold miner Independence Group, IGO, and South32. Meanwhile, Sky TV SKT released its financial year results early this morning, showing a 35% jump in revenue, while it declared an after-tax loss. But I think what the market will like is the fact that SKT upgraded its outlook and a firm profit lift for FY21. Something that not a lot of companies are doing at the moment. So SKT upgraded its profit guidance for this financial year, now expecting profit to be between $10 and $20 million, far more than its prior guidance of $5 to $15 million. Now it comes as SKT's been gaining more streaming customers. Now for trading ideas that might be worth a look, Bell Potter restamped internet service provider Uniti Group, UWL, as a buy, but heavily shaved its price target almost 20% to $1.75. However, that still implies that UWL has 36% potential share price growth in a year. Yesterday, we saw Uniti propose the takeover of a fibre optic company called Opticom, which directly competes with First State Super's bid for the company as well. If Uniti is successful, though, it'll take its gearing ratio to 2 times earnings, which is a touch of a concern, hence the downgrade. But regardless of the outcome, Bell Potter thinks that there's still value in UWL, hence it's still a Bell Potter buy. And Afterpay, APT, may be worth a look too. Trading Central's charting has told us that it's giving off a bullish signal. A key reversal bar pattern has been identified, indicating its downward trend is likely to be broken, and its shares are likely to bounce off yesterday's close of $74.05. And looking at the buy and sell orders in the market, it looks like APT's shares could likely rise over 1% today. Afterpay is, of course, a Bell Potter buy with a $99.10 target. Morgan Stanley, more bullish, $101 target. And Archtis AR9, a cybersecurity company, is also giving off a strong bullish signal. Looking at Trading Central's charting as well, AR9 shares are already up a massive 200% this year. The company is also working with the Australian government and our Defence Force in fighting cybercrime. Happy trading, stay safe. Thanks for your company.